That was pretty good.
Thanks.
Let's see if SoundCloud will actually work today. Is my microphone working today? Because it wasn't working yesterday. That was.
I don't know.
I guess you guys are here.
Yeah.
So it should be fine.
It sounds fine on Discord.
Dope. This might be really loud.
You gotta...
All right, welcome back, everybody. Where's my pen?
Woo!
Yes, your sound is working. And we are coming through on Discord or YouTube.
We're live.
Are we live yet?
Do it live.
Oh no, there we go. All right, let's warm up with some rugbies. How's everybody doing today? This Friday. This is the viewer suggestion. It's September.
Do you remember?
I have so much shit to do. I need to get a map drawn for tomorrow.
Need to finish a video.
I need to finish a video that I've been putting off for months.
Yep.
The stickers are going to get here today, and like that's bad. The sticker's done before the video. Just so busy making shorts and video games. I've got a conundrum to play with for
yes?
for the game, and it's that I have it set right now so that if you have slow, so you have a 1% slow, and you shoot somebody with it, then it just stacks. So every time you hit them, it refreshes the cooldown. So it'll always be for 5 seconds after they get hit. 5 seconds, but it just stacks up, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. And Galcor and some of my other friends have said like, oh, it should probably have like a cap. I'm like, okay, so maybe like 50 to 75% slow cap. That makes sense. But I kind of want to just let it go to 100. Like, if you can shoot somebody 100 times, great. They can't move. I don't know.
As long as it's not multiplayer and you can't do that to another player,
Right.
I'm down with 100%.
Yeah, there's no PvP. I guess that means no enemies should have. I'll put a cap on it. I guess I just don't know what the cap would be. That just seems like another arbitrary number, you know.
Yeah.
Well, all numbers are arbitrary when it comes to games. A lot of times, I feel like.
Yeah. I guess it just have to be a play-by-ear thing.
Yep.
I do kind of like the idea that different people have different caps, though. That could be fun.
Yeah. Like the tank, I feel like the tanky character in the heavy armor should probably be. I can see an argument of them maybe not being as slowed as much because they're used to wearing heavy armor.
No, this would be.
But
This would be the maximum amount you can slow somebody. So it's looking the other way.
Yeah.
And you should probably not say slow somebody. Slow the crabs that are attacking your tower.
Okay.
I assume that that's what you actually
That's
mean,
what
right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was assuming you were referring to crab slowing players down.
No, I could do that. It's a
Make a
functional thing.
wizard crab.
Yep. I have a few friends that I play a lot of multiplayer games with, and like anything that slows your character down just like infuriates them.
Mm-hmm. That does give me a funny idea. The crab mage though, as if you have a like a hermit crab,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have another crab riding on top, so it's like a walking hermit crab tower.
Okay.
So it moves slow automatically or by itself, and then maybe it can cast debuffs on the player. I don't know. That might be a lot of work.
You can't look at things as lots of work or not. It's just whether or not it's a good idea. And then you have to decide
think
how much effort you put in to get to that idea.
Yeah. That might be weird or silly, but anyway, I'm not gonna say you should do that thing that I just came up with.
I think there's
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason not to have a crab that debuffs the players, right? Like that's already in the build. That's something that will be functional here probably next week. But it's a matter of like, is it just aesthetic that there's a guy on the crab? Is it actually a different guy with different hit points on top of the crab?
No, I think that they would like, for simplicity's sake, for the player character, I think they would count as one unit.
Yeah.
But
so then that's already in. We can already do that. We just need to make the crab.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's actually pretty easy.
Yeah, the fact that there would be two crabs depicted really, I think, in my mind, would only have an effect on the complexity of the animation you would have to do.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I kind of stepped in a landmine today on Reddit.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, you were on Reddit, so I mean,
it's generally the Pathfinder 2 Reddit is generally okay. I ain't gonna say it's great. It's okay.
As far as Reddits go,
yeah,
it's relatively safe.
Because I was looking up stuff about the Soul Forger. It's an archetype. It's kind of an older archetype in 2e where it came out in Secrets of Magic, which seems like forever ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it requires you to have either a 14 in Wisdom, which translates into remaster rules. You have to have a +2 in Wisdom, or the ability to cast a divine spell.
Okay.
And in the on the archetype page, it talks about how champions are the most common type of people to become soul forgers. And I was like, I just did a quick Google search and I saw someone posted like 16 days ago saying that they couldn't take it. And the reason they can't take it is because Path Builder has a bug where you can't take it. For some reason, the champion, because they were a thaumaturge who multi-class champion and tried to take Soul Forger, and for some reason the multi-class focus spell isn't counting as a divine spell for some reason. But it started this huge conversation about does Lay on Hands count as a divine spell? Because people were saying no because it doesn't use a spell slot, and I and maybe like two other people were like, but that's not what the requirements say. It just says a divine spell, not a divine spell that you cast with spell slots, because that is a specific thing they've also specified for certain archetypes. And send
it to the I can't remember his name.
James Jacobs,
something like that.
Yeah. And because they were talking about, because someone brought up the little article that they published with the Soul Forger, because it's like Secrets of Magic had a bunch of archetypes that had like 2 pages of like text with them
Mm-hmm.
before you even got to the archetype, and it's like kind of explaining the magic about them. And
Right, welcome in.
I was like, you don't need the plus, because everyone's like, oh, you just take the +2 wisdom. And they did, and it still wouldn't work. And I was like, it's clearly a bug. And I kept pushing. I was like, this is a bug, clearly. And theoretically, your lay on hand spell should work. Because I could make a champion take lay on hands or any focus of the focus spells, because you get one for free if you're a baseline champion.
Mm-hmm.
And get access to the Soul Forger archetype at level 2. And yeah.
But yeah.
It was a big argument, like, do focus spells count and as spells? And I was like, yeah, they do in this case.
It could have been very, like, all anybody had to do was try a different VTT, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
because you said it was in Path Builder specifically.
Yeah. And in Foundry, it doesn't matter. You could, like,
Yeah.
take any archetype, regardless of the requirements.
That's true. Which I appreciate because that allows GMs to actually, like, give their players stuff, make exceptions.
Yep.
Which is an important part of gameplay.
So, that being said, Lay on Hands is not a divine spell.
It is for champions.
It's not. It's a positive or negative spell. But it's a focus spell, and I think the focus spells are different.
Yeah, I think
They're in a
I
different
think if you,
subclass.
I think that if your champions pact or whatever, if their oath is tied to a specific deity, I think it does change all of their spells into divine spells.
That could be different. Okay. So
Well, all champions are tied to gods, period.
that's not true though.
It is true in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. You have to pick a god. As a champion, you are a warrior in the name of a deity you revere above all others.
Who the hell did Lay on Hands go? Why does this... Oh, load more. There we go. Yeah, so like... Oh, that's weird. Okay.
If you go to devotion spells, your deity's power grants you a special divine spells called devotion spells, which is a type of focus spell. Choose either Shield of the Spirit or a spell based on your deity's divine font. Lay on Hands if your deity can heal, or Touch of the Void if your deity allows harm.
Interesting. So, okay.
Your devotion spells are divine spells. Your spellcasting attribute is charisma.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I think that's a good way. I think the argument for it not being that way, which I think what you're saying is like, that makes total sense, right? Because but you're going from the character and coming around and giving that clarification through the character stats. If you look at it the other way from the spell doesn't have the divine trait. And so I bet that's where people are getting confused, because they're
and that's because certain spells only gain that trait.
Mm-hmm.
The casting trait is determined by
Right.
your class.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
I think that's
Because
probably
like
where
the monk, for instance, their focus spells can be either divine or occult.
Oh, interesting. But and those are the same spells. They just have different clarifications.
Yeah.
Weird.
The school of magic, or the tradition of magic, I guess is the correct term.
That's confusing.
Because it's just like, do you wish your monk to be like, I don't know, more occulty and esoteric? Pick occult. If you want your monk to be like a monk of Aurori, pick divine.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
It does get confusing specifically because the divine spell tradition is its own spell list.
Mm-hmm. And focus spells are its own spell list. Like that's.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But focus spells get passed around. So.
Because when you get it, their account, they become divine, part of the divine spell list, often. Or like if you're a ranger, your focus spells are on the count as primal spells.
The Godless Champion is now available in the remaster.
Not really. You can be a non-holy or unholy champion, not be sanctified at all, but like you still got to pick.
You still have to pick an alignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you got to pick a deity, especially in Foundry. It won't let you do it otherwise. Because the deity determines your options of causes that you can take. But yeah, it's just a little weird because like the writer for that particular archetype, because people brought it up before, like, and they said in this special case, the champion's focus spells count as spells as casting for this requirement, so you can take it as a champion without needing the +2 wisdom. And like, people are like, "Oh, but we've had errata since then." Like, but not tackling this. This has not been errated yet. But yeah,
I'm gonna roll some dice.
Yep.
Cool.
2.
Brad's been a member for 64 months.
Yep. Can Brian not hear us?
Mm-hmm. Hello? Can you hear us, Brad?
Well, Sheets. Oops, that's the wrong sheet. That's my taxes. There we go. Demonic Minotaur Brawler.
But Druid is Texas.
Yeah, why did you name him that?
He did it.
It was Vero was the name, and then Jonas told us that was extremely close to a word in his language that translated to taxes.
Okay, that's fine.
And because we had 3 names on the party that all included the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is gonna get too confusing. I'm just gonna switch to taxes so that people know exactly who we're talking about. At least when we're talking about my character.
Yep, we had Errol, Veros, and Veril. I'm just like...
Sheepy, hello, welcome in. What are you drawing?
We need to coordinate better.
I don't know what Druid is drawing. Looks like a tower. Oh, crab tower.
Yeah, crab tower.
Nice. Nice.
Craptastic.
I'm struggling real bad with the towers. Like, I'm not good at it. I'm not good at drawing little structures. So I might have to work on it. I've done so much programming for this game that I've forgotten how to draw. It
is also like a super chibi-fied version of your style as well.
Yeah.
And simplifying stuff down that far is difficult.
I agree. If that's for me, I could hear you, but my keypad on my brand new, just out of the box, was minimizing when I typed and to sneak up on it. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Sheepy, how are you doing today? Yeah, I don't know. Or Corvus. Your blight.
Oh,
Of
it wasn't so much a blight. It's just like I think people. It was an argument of semantics, literally, and it's just like I think the intention is the Soul Forger is meant to work with the champion without the wisdom boost, and people just was unwilling to accept that.
Yeah, I mean, for the same reason that I think you and I, like, I'm on board with you, so I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of falling into the fault of 2E's tag system, like the way that they because because if you're not reading it from the champion's perspective, then it's like and I don't see anywhere where it says that. Or it's very specifically from this way. It's like, oh, okay, well then you're right, right? Like it's like, oh, you found it. You found the one thing that makes this correct, and so it's like, yeah. So it sucks because you basically have to read everything to understand.
Oh yeah,
small pieces, which can be really frustrating.
Yeah.
And it feels like
especially
the
when the information you need is obfuscated.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because like if the focus spell had that tag in it as well, like, oh, this can be divine or the opposite.
Well, do spells even have those tags in them?
They do.
I could be wrong. Okay.
Well, not necessarily.
It's weird because
it shows you what school they're from when you have the spell, and that the
it's
focus
a little
spells
weird though, because the only two people I know that can take like save, just lay on hands, because that's what they were talking about, is the champion and the blessed one. Both of them call it out. These are divine spells for you, and so it's just like, why not just make it a divine spell at this point? Since these are the only two people who can take it, and when you take it as a multi-class, it counts as a divine spell for you.
I think the reason they didn't make it a divine spell by default is specifically so that they can leave it open-ended in case they want to give it to somebody else in the future and not have to go back and rewrite it. Which could potentially be smart, but because they have done that to everything, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot.
I think it's also more of a fault of spell readers. Like, there's so much access to just go online and look at spells that it's like, the focus spells are kind of a weird gray area, because you just look through and you're like, that's awesome. How the fuck do I get this spell? It's like, oh, you have to be a thaumaturge and take this 1 feat. And it's like, dang it. Because it's not really a spell list. It's just a collection of stuff, which is not inherently helpful all the time.
No.
Yeah, agree.
Okay, this is supposed to be a
they were also talking about
this guy look demonic. Demonic.
They're bringing up the rule for like focus spells that having a focus spell doesn't count as a spell for spell casting class features. Like, but this is not what this is about.
Yeah, that's interesting, because like
that
goes back
gives
to
you no spell casting.
Oh, are you saying it should count as spell casting or not?
No. So the Soul Forger, I think they do. I think
it should.
I think it counts as casting a spell when you cast a focus spell.
Okay.
But the Soul Forger has no spell casting about it. You just need to have like definitely that. I just say, if you're a champion or if you have a wisdom of +2, you can take this. I think that would have been a better way of doing it.
There was a lot of stuff in 5e that would pop up because of like having those requirements prevents people from cheesing things, right? So like, what way would you cheese the game with lay on hands if you were, say, a fighter? Maybe that would be good. I don't know. But generally, there's something that would break it the other way. So I'm not sure if that's just a leftover precaution to have that requirement at all, or if they really are protecting from something else.
Yeah. And
it is hard to tell.
Kind of brought that up, like it was to keep marshals from having access to this, but it's like you don't get any spells with the Soul Forger.
The other side of that, it could be maybe it's less about the champion and more about you shouldn't be a Soul Forger if you're a necromancer, right? If you don't have that divine spark, then they don't want you to have lay on hands.
Because the thing about the Soul Forger is you also have like a code you have to follow, and they talk about if you're a champion, who are the most common type, your edicts and anathemas count for your Soul Forger path.
Okay.
That you need to follow, because you can be corrupted and you have to do essentially an atonement ritual.
Gotcha.
So it's like, it is kind of like a holy class.
It sounds like
not holy, but a divine class.
It sounds like the Pathfinder variant of the champion is what it wants.
Yeah. You just like pull sword out of your soul, or shield, or armor.
That's cool. It's Pike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, and you get a bunch of different abilities. Like you can like.
Which, to be fair, Pike was a cleric that was trying to be a paladin. So like.
Yep.
Constantly, yeah.
Well, they were a war cleric. That does.
It's essentially
weirdly make you a paladin, but not a paladin.
Yeah. Christopher, welcome in. What are we drawing today? I'm drawing a demonic minotaur, and Druid is drawing a tiny sand crab. Druid, I could make this guy in the game so easy.
Yep.
That's kind of the point.
This be one
asked...
sprite.
Yep.
His leg be another sprite, and then this little hand be a third sprite. That's it.
I've been trying to design it in a way to make it easy for you in case you decided you wanted to implement it.
Sure.
So
yeah, we can put
there it is.
Let's
Druid's sketch.
Let's do it. I need to draw the map for tomorrow, but then I will put it in the game.
I mean, you absolutely don't have to.
No, I think that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a great one. I have the casting set up for the crabs. I just haven't actually tried it. I built one crab that shot like fireballs. And it got real wild, and I was like, I'll come back to this.
Yep.
Because if you're the player, you're just standing there, and the crab's like off screen, just like, and just like circles start popping up beneath your feet. And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
So did you get the towers working right?
Yes, I did. I figured it out. I don't remember exactly what problem was there, but I remember I fixed it.
Yeah, it's like when we added a pearl, it would remove the projectiles from the tower.
What happened is I made it so you can give the towers the fire pearls, so then the towers are on fire. And when you do that, it swaps out their projectile for a fire projectile. And it wasn't hard coding the default projectile. So whenever I gave it a pearl, it looked for that fire projectile, and it's like, oh, fire projectile is not there, and just made it empty. It's like, dang it. So I had to go back and reprogram the. Every tower has to have its base projectile set default before it gets a pearl or it explodes.
I gotta step away from my mic for 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll probably be back, but until then, the canvas is yours.
Thank you. I'm gonna move this cowboy over.
I am a motherfucking cowboy. However that song goes.
The Dirt Man guy?
Yeah.
That guy's great. Save a little dirt in the
Hang on, Bri.
Dirt Man. If I went to Hogwarts, I would use physical violence. just cowboy things. It's great. That's great.
Yep. Brian was very confused, so I just shared it.
It's alright. Ghost Riders in the Sky. Yeah, that's a good song.
It's about the wild hunt.
Weirdly enough, written for country music. Yeah, super strange.
Yep.
Do you think the Earl King expanded into America?
I don't know. I mean, I guess in Dresden, yes.
Yeah.
I found out the Earl King has nothing to do with the wild hunt. Originally,
Oh, really?
it was Butcher, like edition. Yeah, he was just an elf king,
I thought it was from the
elf
Shakespeare
slash
play.
goblin.
Is that not the case? Don't they talk about it
Let's
in
see.
Othello or whatever it is?
Hang on.
I thought that's where that connection came from. Tell me more about the Wild Hunt, if not.
Yeah. Well, it's truly a global phenomenon. There's different things about it. Different versions of a quote unquote wild hunt.
Wait, are we encrypted territory now then?
No.
Okay. It's okay if we are. I don't want to spoil, but Druid's gone, so maybe I can just talk about it. But the other thing about Butcher is that the Earl King is also Santa Claus, which I'm totally on board for. He's the half horse, half man. That song is terrible, but great.
Let me make sure. I need.
The Earl King, the Goblin King, and
Elf King.
the Elf King. Yeah, I
Yep,
think
King of the Elves from Denmark.
I think one's from Denmark, one's from Germany, and one's from Ireland.
So the Earl King in itself is from Denmark. Like
Okay.
the name itself is from Denmark originally, Danish. It gets kind of adapted into like Germanic folklore.
Okay.
Like not Germanic, but German folklore by Jacob Grimm.
I don't know who that is. Can you give me who's that?
Brothers Grimm
Oh,
of
Grimm
Grimm
Brothers.
fairy
Okay,
tale
gotcha.
fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. He made up a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But he isn't like tied to the wild hunt.
Interesting.
Weirdly enough, the wild hunt is normally Odin
yeah.
in a
Okay.
lot of cases, but it's also sometimes King Arthur, Gabriel, Cain, like of Abel and Cain.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, a bunch of other people, like both real and fake, and at least in the European versions, and sometimes it's a woman. But yeah, a lot of time, like in like kind of German-speaking areas, a lot of times it was Odin.
I heard that one too. Was like that makes sense.
The stock character, the Harlequin, was also the leader of a wild hunt called the Harlequin. It's from French.
Wait, did I screw that up? Maybe Santa is Odin, and the Earl King is just a title. I think that's what Butcher does.
In England, like in Anglo-Saxon, it's normally Herne, the hunter.
Okay.
He's kind of like the archetypical one that we think of. He's like rides a horse, has like huge antlers on his head. Yeah, I think he gets mentioned in Shakespeare a bit.
Okay. So, I keep thinking of the Earl King is cool from Butcher for sure, but like I always have either plays or operas that I think of, and I don't.
There
know
is
why.
a opera by Schubert called The Earl King,
Okay.
and it's about this kid and his father riding through the forest at night, and the kid sees the Earl King riding along with them, and like at the end, the kid is killed by the Earl King. Yeah.
They were being hunted.
Yeah. Alternative suggestions made in 1836, so take it as a massive grain of salt, is that it may be connected to the Turkic and Mongolian death god and psychopomp Erlik Khan.
Okay.
But unlikely.
No singular tradition or mythos to really anchor that anywhere. Huh?
Yeah, he's just like an archetype.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm not saw like anything specifically. He's just like mentioned in like kind of later stories. Because his name just means like Elf King.
Gotcha.
Or technically Adder King.
Adder is
Not Adder,
snake?
Alder.
Alder King?
Alder. Yeah. Alder. Yeah.
Have you seen Over the Garden Wall? No. Wait.
No. Wait.
There's Over the Hedge, which I think is
The Animals.
the animals.
movie.
Yeah, the little raccoon. And
I've
then
seen
it's
that
Over
one.
the Garden Wall. I think it was Over the Garden Gate.
Hang on.
One of them's about raccoons, and one of them's about a garden gnome and his brother.
Over the Garden Wall. And then there's Over the Hedge.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the Earl King mentioned in that?
There's someone called the Beast, and he's just a black figure with antlers, but they refer to him as the alderman sometimes, I think.
Oh. Interesting. But yeah.
Chop the wood to light the fire. That's a good series. You should watch it. It's great.
Is it a series? I thought it was a movie.
It's a short series. I think it's like maybe 8 episodes, 10 episodes. But it's a good one. I always usually watch it around Halloween. Just because it's kind of spooky. It's got a big old pumpkin monster in it. I think Bri would like him.
I feel like for some reason it has like Gravity Falls vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I don't know if it's... I don't think it's written by Hirsch.
I don't think it is. I think he mostly worked for Disney, and this was like Cartoon Network.
I think he might have voiced some of the characters in it, though.
Oh, probably. But yeah, I watched a little documentary on the Wild Hunt, and there are different versions. So basically, the Wild Hunt is basically to explain like night winds, like that rip through towns and villages and rattle the roofs and
neat.
windows. And so there's different versions of that phenomena. So like in Ireland, there's the Slúach, which is like a massive throng of damned spirits that will rip through villages, and like it's described as being more terrifying than like the Seelie and Unseelie Fae.
Okay.
Like it's just
That's pretty awesome.
the another one is from Japan is like the Night Parade of 100 Demons.
Yeah.
That is a type of wild hunt.
Interesting.
Hawaii has one called the Night Marchers. But yeah, there's a bunch of different stories. A lot of times they're also related around wintertime. Presumably in those places when like storms and stuff kick up.
That makes sense.
So like in like southern Germany, like Bavaria and Switzerland and Austria, there's like this woman named Frau Holly. She leads a wild hunt, which is mostly a bunch of dogs who are her daughters that got turned into dogs because she's like, hunting. If there's no hunting in heaven, I'd rather go to hell, and then gets damned to ride the sky.
I love how there's so much weird pagan stuff that just like gets kicked off because people spite Christians.
Yep. Because like, Grimm describes the wild hunt as like made up of the souls of the unhallowed dead, so meaning they weren't baptized, and so the Christian god can't claim them, so they're left to the old gods like Odin.
Left to wander. I like it.
Yep. And in Wales, it's normally like almost like cleanup duty. The Welsh god of the dead, I can't remember his name, Otteron? He leads the hunt to scoop up wayward dead to take them to the underworld.
I dig
It's
that.
like-
I love
and
that some
the,
of like the most. I'm thinking like Davy Jones and.
Oh yeah,
Like most of it, I think is just people dealing with death, right? But like, there's this thing about it, like being like, oh yeah, it's actually really good that's happening, and it's like it's peaceful and it's helping lost souls, but it's the most terrifying shit you can think of.
yeah.
Pray you never see it happen.
Exactly. But yeah, like, I think the one that I was really interested in was when I learned about the Harlequin, the Harleking in English.
Sounds
He's just
like
stripped
Harlequin.
the devil and is
Oh.
leading a procession of demons to snatch up sinner ghosts to drag them to hell. And then gets turned into a comic character, which is weird.
Yeah, and people like to thumb their nose at the devil.
Yep.
Oh well. Alright, I think I'm done with this bad boy. Oops, that's a different layer. Alright, what's the next one? For those of you that are just joining us, we are doing the viewer suggestions today. If you have not suggested one this week, you're very welcome to put it in chat. I'll put it on the list. Dice gods decide what we draw, and I can't do math in my head right now. So I'm going to roll a smaller die. A lizard folk or dragonborn underworld dragon sorcerer who is completely devoted to the ambitions of said dragon conquest.
Okay.
Underworld dragon.
Yes. That is another Imperial dragon. They're purple.
Oh, they're
Sort of.
purple?
Purple-ish.
What do they look like? It's underworld, so I assume it's bones.
It's not underworld as in the dead. Underworld as in underground, like, kind of volcanic.
Oh. Well, that's a different vibe.
Yep.
I'll look it up.
Here you go.
Oh boy. Alright. I feel like I should have just repurposed this dude. He's purple now.
It's less purple. I mean, that one's definitely purple. There's some that are more black and red. They typically live in the Darklands, which is Pathfinder's Underdark.
Nice. The Darklands. Kind of working on a setting built around those 5 dragons, each ruling and shaping their own realms. That's pretty nice. That sounds pretty cool.
claws of underworld dragons are infused with adamantine, enabling them to rend armor and other objects,
Oh,
almost as easy as flesh. One of them actually got featured on one of the covers for one of the books, the Treasure Vault book.
Nice. Yeah, okay. I think I saw that. It's probably not a bad place to find a vault.
Yep.
I gotta give him a big mane. I like how skinny these things are, though, because they're imperial, so maybe I'll... Should I give him a really long neck or just a really long body?
Good question.
Bionic, welcome in. I think we drew your Minotaur boy. With the alliteration, I assume it's yours.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Then there was one. Hey, Yannick, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Sound a bit tired? Keep me busy? Oh, yeah. Yep. I have so much work to do. I have commissions this week, and I have a video, and I spent most of yesterday with Dalcor fixing his car, which was good. It was good to do that, but it made me tired. I'm trying to get to bed at a reasonable time, but I just only have time to work at night. Gotta make that money. Make that money.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. I'm drawing an Imperial dragon of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Dragon sorcerer.
Jumping back into the call on gotta make that money was
Oh yeah, no, I'm tired and I'm working a lot. And I want more money.
yeah. I've jumped back into the call and worse things have been being said, so all right.
Can move over a little bit. Sleep is for the weak. No, sleep is important.
Sleep is for the strong, actually. People who don't sleep become weak.
This is the truth.
I suppose I should roll. Hey, we don't have very many on the list.
No, it's a small list this week. I might get to draw more game stuff.
I rolled a 3. Kobold Monk, Way of the Ascendant Dragon, who uses nunchucks.
Nice. For the song, the same name. Is there a song called Sleep is for the Weak? There's a Ain't No Rest for the Wicked song I can think of by Cage the Elephant.
Nunchucks have religious significance? I doubt it.
Depends on your religion, I guess. Maybe if you worship Bruce Lee.
Which, there are worse saints to worship.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bruce Lee is a saint. Oh, they might get you sued.
I'm back. What I miss?
I'm back.
Not much.
I'm just talking bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I showed back up. I rolled drawing suggestion Kobold Monk, Way of the Ascendant Dragons, who uses nunchucks. I'm not familiar with the Way of the Ascendant Dragons, actually.
You get spectral dragon wings and can fly and stuff.
Oh, cool.
See, you get you get a dragon breath, you get wings, you get the frightful presence and resistance of a dragon. So, dragons all the way down.
I definitely need the Bruce Lee nunchuck pose, right?
Would be a good way to go.
Spectral dragon wings, it'll be a good thing to add.
Here you go, Jared.
Perfect, thank you.
I feel like that's the most quintessential one, but I could be wrong.
You know the one you're talking
No,
about?
it's
It's not as good as the Dragon Scion in Pathfinder. Few things in D&D are.
But the dragon scion isn't even a thing yet.
Is it not?
No.
When's it come out?
Oh, in the Draconic Codex, which comes out November. It's sort of like a remake of the Dragon Disciple,
Yeah.
since they can't use it anymore.
I'm gonna have to get it. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I gotta make a video for it so I can use it on my taxes.
Yep. Early Christmas present for yourself.
Yep.
And a tax write-off. This is research, you see.
Just have to only use it for research, never actually use it for play. Joke's on you, IRS. I don't make enough money to get tax write-offs.
Joke's on you. I'm poor. This is a good-looking character. Oh, God. Damn it, bro.
You go for Chucks?
Yep.
What a time to be alive.
I remember seeing that and just like, the hell?
I mean, the same guys made Thumb Wars, which I think, like, the fact that that got made into a movie is just, like, a testament to...
Yeah. The fact that that survived and never got sued into oblivion is crazy.
Parody, man. Parody's great.
Yep.
Because really, like, I think that's the thing that... Wow, I can't even talk. The thing that makes me so happy that those movies exist is, like, that was pre-internet. Like, someone decided, hey, I want to make something, and I'm going to do it. And YouTube didn't exist, so they had to actually make a movie, and that's amazing that it got as far as it did. And I'm super happy it's out there.
Yeah, I'm with you. It really does feel like an age of internet thing, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Because it's like, oh, this would have just been a bunch of YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
That had been made 10 years later.
Came out in 2002.
Mm-hmm. I think 2004, 2008 was like the rise of YouTube.
I think 2004, because I think they had their 20-year anniversary last year.
Yeah. Because the first couple of years of YouTube was really just like weird garbage.
Yep.
And now it is just weird
Now it's
garbage
weird
again.
Garbage again, yeah. You make a good point.
That was really mean. Oh, no, it was this year. It came out on Valentine's Day, 2025. Not 2025, 2005. Jeez.
We're gonna check everyone to do another Halloween. When do you think the internet started? I believe it was like 64. But if you believe Al Gore, he made it. He made the internet. I actually don't. I don't know where that came from, that joke. I don't know why people think that Al Gore invented the internet or said he did. Maybe it was a South Park rift? I'm not sure.
Was Gore known for taking credit for stuff that he didn't do?
I think just the internet.
Hmm.
And putting warning labels on CDs. That was Tipper Gore.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so
He was instrumental in early development and promotion as a politician.
yeah,
So that's why he takes credit.
it was a misquote, and it was a soundbite that obviously got taken out of context.
Gotcha. He was instrumental in the internet becoming as big as it was, is what he was probably saying.
Mm-hmm.
I love the internet.
He promoted the legislation that funded an expansion of the ARPA NIT or NET, which is the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, which essentially developed the internet as we kind of think of it today.
All I'm saying is, I think the internet paying for stuff is okay. We need to stop giving it to companies for free. That's not how it works.
We also need to break up the it's not a monopoly, the non-compete contract that makes it basically a monopoly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Reagan.
Oh, hold on a second. 1960s, yay! I was right.
Remember, pig.
Remember, big.
I would also argue, Brian, capitalism without competition isn't capitalism.
And also,
Anywho.
capitalism without regulation is horrible and devolves into slavery. Inevitably.
Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts.
Slow enough of the descent into political talk.
Yep.
Yep, cut me off right there. Just absolutely you should.
I was talking about the PF1 monk archetype. Able to fight your way out of anything. You can't talk
Oh,
your way out.
okay. I've not played Pathfinder 1. Well, that's technically a lot. I've played one session, and I didn't actually get to play. The rogue took over.
Was that one of our games?
No.
No.
It was in college, before I even knew who y'all were. Yeah, I got invited to a Pathfinder game and made a halfling arcanist. Never even got to play, like, cast a spell with them. And the rogue was the GM who had previously ran this campaign, so basically just knew everything. And was like, we don't need to bother talking to these people. We need to go here, do this. Just like, okay.
I don't understand people sometimes. I guess it's the same thing of like running through another video game with your friends that you've already played. It's like, hey, don't spoil it. Shut up.
Yeah.
I think the boy just woke up. I'll be right back. Oops.
So I'm actually a little salty about people who play rogues.
Yup. Understandably.
Not all rogues have played the campaign before, though.
No, but like, they were just rolling like they were rolling and just getting bullshit rolls. It's like this should not be allowed. I feel like
The Pathfinder 1 rogue was a skill monkey. It was weird. They were just overtuned.
Yeah. Yeah. If you had a rogue on your team, they basically could do everything, and could do everything better than most everybody else. The ranger was also a skill monkey, not as bad though. As much as I'm frustrated with the 2E rogue because it's so much less than the 1E, it's a good thing that it's less than the 1E rogue.
I'm glad it's lesser than its 3.5 counterpart.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'm kind of petty.
Understandably so.
I hope these ridiculous winter weather predictions are wrong.
Does it look bad for your area?
Yeah, it just says like over a good chunk of my state. My state is like divided into like three different things.
Mm-hmm.
One part is Arctic blasts, and my part is a huge snowstorms, and the southern half is winter battle zone. It's like I'm just gonna like say no and reject their reality and substitute my own.
I have made this kobold very derp.
Oh, it doesn't really read derp to me. It reads like I'm too tired to deal with you or
Hmm.
snooty.
Yeah.
And it's weird like both at the same time. Jeez. I hope you'll be okay, Bri.
Okay. Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Another hurricane coming?
That is what it looks like.
Hey, hey, hey. No, not time for you to draw. You want to try it? You don't want to try it, you just want to touch it?
That's a much better kobold face.
A reborn human fighter. No, that's not right. Hold on. What would be the other one? Kobold monk. That's the one you're drawing. Okay, so it would be the human fighter. A punchy skeleton boy.
No, I'll zoom out and it looks like a Muppet.
Yeah, it looks a little weird. The position of the eye looks
It's
wrong.
too far forward.
It's pretty far forward on Pathfinder kobolds.
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I think what I meant was the eye, like for where you have the shape of the head. I think the eye was a little too far forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks almost a little cyclopsy.
Mm-hmm. I think the, like... right, like the
Yeah.
tiny face kobolds, I think they're pretty funny. I like them. But they're hard to draw.
I like the kind of shark face kobolds.
Okay. Should we go hollow helmet or should we go skull?
What are you drawing?
An undead human fighter.
Hmm.
Can I suggest my Masks RPG character? I don't know what that means. But sure.
Do hollow. Someone said.
Will do.
Hollow Man. Alright. I got to go.
Okay.
I'll catch y'all later.
See you later.
Cool.
Have a good day.
See ya.
Hollow Man was a weird movie.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Kevin Bacon goes invisible and gets a little too handsy. Yeah, it's weird.
Hmm.
Please don't put banana bread on my phone, kid.
Hmm.
Oh, you scratched the crap out of yourself. Oh, that's not a scratch. That's a marker. You drew on your face. With this. Yep. Cat. Where's the cat? Where's the cat? Over here. Oh. We're on the same pose 3 times now today. Maybe I should switch this up a little bit.
Figuring out a pose is always the hardest part.
What are you doing, kid? Hey, hey. Markers are for the whiteboard. Do not draw on the walls. Markers are for the whiteboard. Masks, the new generation. Oh, it's a superhero? Gotcha. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, you can suggest that if you want. What time is it? 1:20? I've been going for a little while. You might be able to get 1 or 2 more in here. We'll see. I'd hate to have you suggest something and then just not get drawn. But kid's kind of waking up from his nap, so we'll see how that goes.
Hmm. And I'm clearly only going to get this one done today. Well, last night, my table played Heroes Quest for the first time in 10 years.
Nice. What'd you play?
Because it's been so long and there were a couple people at the table who'd never played before, we started at the very first campaign.
No, I mean, like, what class did you play?
Oh, I played the Bard, which I hadn't played before because I.
Oh, is that one of the new expansion stuff? I mean, I say.
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
didn't have a Bard.
So it was the remastered. So the Bard
Cool.
is an orc, and they've got
A guitar instead of the axe or something.
oh, they actually have a rapier. They start with a rapier, which means they're one of a very few classes that can start being able to attack diagonally.
Interesting.
Because for some reason the rapier has reach.
It's essentially a spear.
Yeah. Anyway, they also have 3 spells. So they're in a lot of ways they're like the elf.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun, and the dice actually rolled with me, so
That's good.
I wasn't useless.
She wears a helmet that allows her to control the flow of information. There's almost no visual information there except that she has a helmet. Is she psychic? Is that what the helmet is giving her psychic powers?
Or is it Google Glass and she's just the world's best hacker?
Yeah, I'm a little confused on that one. Because control the flow of information is vaguely unhelpful. How do I draw that? Does it have a motif? Is it a specific type of helmet? Is it a football helmet? Is it a motorcycle helmet? Give me a little more. 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 What are you doing? You got the dice? Before we go, I would actually, I have an idea for the map I want to make tomorrow. That I want to run by you, Drew.
Okay,
We can do that off screen or on screen, doesn't matter.
sure. I'm down for whatever.
So I want to make it kind of like how you made the Photoshop ones, like the paper ones.
Yeah.
I want to change the vibe a little bit for this next chunk. I was having a conversation with Jump Rope the other week about... I've been feeling really bummed about my DMing lately.
Oh,
I think part of it's because, like, with Kevin and Lars, we can only play for like an hour, and that just
Ooh,
kills momentum really
yeah.
hard. And so I never
Yeah.
feel like, is the stuff I'm giving the players any good? Because I can't really see how they're reacting to it.
Yeah, so when a third of our table dipped for your campaign, that couldn't have felt good either.
Did a third of our camping dip? Oh, Jonas.
Well,
No, that's fine. No.
Two out of 6 players
Yeah, I
just
guess that
suddenly
is fair.
stopped.
No, so I was talking to Jump Rope about some of some of the things I'm like, I'm just not quite getting this specific stuff out. And then it went over to the game we're playing, and she's like, "Well, you obviously want us to go down that elevator." And I was like, "Nope, I didn't say that. I don't think I said that anywhere." And so that just made me kind of think of like, how do you, as a DM, really get the information you want to your players without just straight up telling them things? And I think that's kind of like, that's always that is the trick about being a good DM, right? It's like seeding the plot lines of a story to your players without actually telling them.
Yeah. And like the advice you get online is you can railroad your players as long as they don't feel like they're being railroaded.
Right.
Well, how do you do that?
And that's my advice too, right? Like, that's normally what I will tell
Yeah.
people. And I'm almost wondering if that's not like, I don't want to say I felt uninspired, because like I know what I want to do. But I just like, there's some times when I can't make Kevin, like, I will feel like I'm just straight up telling Kevin, like, push the button, and he's like, I don't know if my character would do that. It's just like, then your character is gonna die. like it's just like, this was the solution.
Yeah.
I thought it was obvious.
Yeah.
You have not done the solution. Your character dies. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. So.
Yeah. I have felt so I think with our current game with me, Corvus, Jump Rope, and
Burning's character.
Yeah, Burning. Yeah, sorry, Burning. I am doing really, really bad with names this week. I know who you are. I promise. I was only pulling your other name. Yeah, Burning. With the four of us at your table, I think we're doing better in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that our Saturday table, one of the problems has not necessarily been the GM failing to communicate. I think it's been the players at the table failing to communicate, and especially like when we make characters. I almost feel like with our table we need to be doing more session zeros whenever we start a new thing or pick up a new campaign section, especially if people are going to swap out a character. I think we need to be meeting as a table and being like, okay, we don't need to have the traditional DPS healer tank and skill monkey. We don't need to have the traditional party makeup, but we do need to actually sit down and talk about our characters and make sure that our characters mesh in a way that we can actually manage to work together and communicate.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if that helps your problem at all, but that is what I feel our table is where our table is falling flat the most.
I think it's Matt's chair situation from campaign 2. Yeah, the chair thing is a big one. Like specifically with the last like chunk of the thing, Kevin very much plays D&D like a video game.
Yep. You've
like,
told us this before.
Yeah, he wants to save state things before he touches anything, and so he'll have the whole dungeon laid out. He'll clear a room and be like, "Cool, now let's go back to town, and we'll do this, and we'll go back to town, and we'll do that, and we'll go back to town." And it's just like, just keep going, just fucking open the door and keep going. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's frustrating for me. It's like, I can't tell if this is because I'm not giving out the information that like, hey, it is safe to continue, or what. I don't know how opaque I should be about that stuff, because it definitely like,
yeah,
it's part of me to say like, you can railroad the story by like saying, hey, this is the only option forward, but then when the players just like get so up in their head about whether or not going forward is good, it's like, is this my fault or not? I don't know what's going on.
I can give you one bit of advice for your campaign, and I think this is advice that I need for my campaign as well. because I've also thought about it. I think you and I both have a tendency, especially for longer form campaigns, to like make pretty resource intensive encounters, and so
Sure.
then it's very easy for the players to be like, well, I've got nothing left. I'm out of spell slots. We don't have any healing potions. We have none of the stuff we're going to need if we move forward and the shit hits the fan.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, so I think that I think that the solution to that problem is for you and me to both be like, we need to be more cognizant of the amount of resources that the encounters takes, and plan better, like actually probably plan specific loot in our campaigns that will mitigate those problems, or make and communicate that there are places
To
where
rest,
to rest, or places where those where players can get stuff back. And I came to this specifically from a what was it, a Kingmaker's stream, legend, or no, let's see, it's not Avantris, it's a Narrative Declaration. They played a Kingmaker campaign in 2e.
Okay.
And one of the rooms in the starting location, in the manor that was getting burned down, one of the rooms was a shrine to the patron deity of the noble who owned the house, and they skipped that room, and then so like at the end of the thing, the GM goes like, "Can I just show you guys the rooms that you skipped?" and went to that room and was like, "You can, in this room people could have prayed, and gotten the equivalent of a full night's rest. Everybody would have recovered whatever and gotten all their hit points back." So I think that we if we plan better for what players are going to feel like they need, especially given that spell slots in 2e are so restrictive in their application, then I think probably players will feel more comfortable continuing on a dive instead of save scumming.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons. Kids screaming. Hold on a second.
So,
that was one of the reasons I went for the holy fountains and the thing. I was like, hey, every single room you can just stay here.
And that helped with healing, but not with all of the other resources. Let's see, how am I going to do spectral dragon wings on this little guy?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Sorry, I like talked at you a lot through all of that. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I thought I said I had to go get the boy.
What if you took a Microsoft approach, give multiple ways to do everything? It sounds good, except for it's associated with Microsoft, which I'm not happy with right now.
Which way would Microsoft do?
They're just... Their software feels like firmware, or feels like spyware. And... is difficult and problematic. Yeah, the theory is sound. I'm mostly not happy with them, Rook, because every time they push an update to my computer, something goes catastrophically wrong.
Weird. Are you waiting until you have to push the update?
No. I have figured out a little bit of, I think I figured out the problem that I've been having with my network, both in terms of the slow upload and why I will sometimes not be able to receive an IP address.
Okay.
And I think it's because we've got two, is it DHCP? We don't have two routers, but we've got two things that I think try to assign or regulate IP addresses on the network, and so every once in a while, I think it will try to assign my computer an IP that another computer already has.
Do you have two different routers?
Not per se, but we've got a router and a network governor. I don't even know exactly what it's called.
That sounds like a router to me.
Mm.
Do you have them separately plugged in or one plugged into the other?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
This is my best guess. I haven't completely figured it out yet, but this is my best guess. It seems to coincide with most of the symptoms. So yeah, I have to communicate with family about where all of this stuff is. But the last time I couldn't get an IP, I had to turn off everything on the network and then power cycle the network and then turn everything back on before it would fix the issue.
The flayed boxer. This punching can't be that good if you ain't got no muscles. You can also put something in the area that rewards momentum. Interesting. Expand upon that.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
I mean, it sounds good, but what does it mean?
I think so. My initial thought is let's see. Do you remember the Adventure Zone, like season 1? Magnus's shield that
Tells you where
it
danger
gave
is
you
near.
Yeah, it gave you a bonus if you told it a story about your success. So if you did something like that, where like every time you beat, not like a single enemy because it would be too powerful, but every time you like wrap up an encounter, the item accrues some type of bonus, and then the bonus goes away after you rest.
That doesn't help though with people running out of spells though.
It doesn't. Finding more wands could.
If he's
Anyway.
he's got muscles but no skin. Yeah, correct. He just also doesn't have arm muscles. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it very much feels like. I think I don't have a complaint.
For spell slots, I think specifically if we had access to more, if spellcasters had easier access to staves.
Yeah, maybe find a way to give Kevin more spell slots. I think on the other side of it, I really just like I keep feeling like people are not interpreting the things the way that I want, and I don't know if that's failure
Just
in my
down to-
ability to communicate or a failure in people's ability to listen. And both of which can
Probably
be
a
my fault,
bit.
right? Like,
Yeah. It's probably a bit of both.
how long have you been DMing for these players? Years. quite literally years.
Complacency kills.
Mm-hmm.
I
another part of
guarantee it is not just your fault.
Something I've noticed with this new campaign that like you and Corvus kind of fell into. What happened, kid? Is the anticipation of my style.
Yeah.
Like you guys got really antsy about having to go back into another dungeon, and I was like, did I say that there was another dungeon? Like, why are we okay?
Like you 2 points make a line.
Sure.
You told us, you showed us a lot of similar things. And so like I talked with Corvus about this a little bit, I think. I don't think either of us assumed that it was for sure going to be another dungeon, but it looked like it was another dungeon.
And maybe that misdirection is a bad thing. Because it was misdirection. Like,
yeah.
It was a the original intent was that the dungeon would be there. That was my original intent. But I'm like, I'm just gonna start you guys at the dungeon, so you don't have to noodle around. So I put it in the other city. But I still liked the idea of kind of meeting up there, you know, and like, hey, had you guys not come back up, like you would have kept continuing forward, I would have had you guys pop out here. Like that's the other part.
Gotcha.
That was, I think, the other part that was missing was like, oh, you guys find a cave and you end up digging up, and boop, you're in Siltstone. Look at that. Railroading. But that didn't happen. You guys came out the way you came in. Which I'm wondering if with that campaign, maybe once you go through the first door, you should just be stuck in there. Like maybe it's not worth letting people come back out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of my problem.
Yeah. Actually, I think I agree with that.
Because the unfortunate part about that is, like, the goblins, I think, are a fun little side quest diversion and a good way to, like, oh, here's an easy quest. Go find some goblins that stole shit. Oops. Ancient temple.
Yeah.
But then you never get resolution on that, right? It's just like...
Yeah.
But,
Christopher asks if they know... Let's see. If they know that you run such resource-heavy campaigns, why are they burning their spells so fast? Because we have to, Chris.
I'm actually...
There are... Yeah, a lot of the encounters are... Rook is really good at tuning encounters so that they feel very threatening and difficult. And they are tuned so that our players actually use our resources.
Is that Chuck? I've talked about this in the past of like opening up with your level 5 spells always feels weird to me. And I'm of the mind that if you're a wizard, you should be cantrip casting most of your turns.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people we play with don't like that mentality. It's like, no, I'm gonna use my highest level spell as soon as I can because I want to blow shit up. And it's like, okay.
Well, I think it specifically has to do with economy because like cantrips are fine in 2E, right? Like they're relatively equivalent to what I mean, not a fighter or a barbarian, but what a normal class would be able to do with a basic weapon, right? So they're not underpowered, they're not overpowered, they're just kind of fine. But like higher level spells always let you do more, and in most of your like encounters, we either have to deal with a lot of little things, in which case we really need AoE, or else we're going to become overwhelmed very quickly.
Yeah.
Or you've got something big and tanky that like the party kind of needs to take a big bite out of, or else again somebody's going to take more damage than we can afford. So I don't know. I really like the way that you balance your encounters. So I personally, as a player at your table, would rather you didn't futz with it too much. But,
Yeah, and I think part of
yeah.
it is just like the communication aspect of it, because like Corvus and I were talking the other day about like how to make more environmental encounters that aren't just straight combat, and I think that's a really smart thing to look at. Is like, especially when I've been playing with my friends where I only get to talk to them for like an hour. It's like whatever we're doing today, it's probably not going to be a big thing, and it's got to be kind of snappy and fun anyways. So like,
yeah.
How do you take walking around the inn and turn it into an encounter in a way that is fun, even though you're not really going to get a lot of action, or like, how do you make the mundane more fun because of time constraints?
Yeah.
And let the players really feel like they're using their characters. Kid, you got
environmental play is kind of hard though. It requires a lot of extra setup.
And that could be where a lot of my contention is coming from, because it's just like I'm struggling to do that because it's different.
Yeah.
It's different to change things.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I have also like prepared fights where there was a lot of extra stuff you guys could do or could interact with, and like either my communication was bad, or the players just didn't feel like it was worth dipping into all the extra stuff, and so it all just kind of fell by the wayside.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like your hideout thing.
Yeah.
That we were talking about.
Yep. Also, a little bit the if you remember the cave troll, where I had a mechanic where the cave troll was knocking down stalactites on your party in a line. You guys took him out pretty fast, but like it was specifically designed so that you guys could, and I probably didn't communicate this very well, but you guys could have done the same thing at him. Your marshals could have managed AoE in the same way that he was doing.
Yeah, that's a fun mechanic to play with, like wall collapsing and stuff, but you really have to sell that versus, and it has to be like, that's got to be better than just swinging, right? Why wouldn't we just be swinging? It's like, hey, maybe don't be within 5 feet of the another example of that is like in the boss fight for the chain demon. Like he's got a big fear aura, and you're not supposed to fight him. Like that's the thing, he's an environmental effect. But Jump Rope just like lunged at him, beat the save for the fear, and then just spent 3 turns wailing into him. And I'm like, I'm trying to get across like that this isn't doing anything, and it's like, okay, he hits you for half your life. She's like, this feels overpowered. I'm like, it's because you're not supposed to be doing it. I don't know how many more. And like the whole party was into it. They're like, yeah, just keep wailing on that guy. I'm like, what? What am I doing wrong here? Then why aren't we? So yeah, that's kind of
I don't know.
Yeah.
It probably has to do with it probably does have to do with a failure in communication then, because in my mind that felt like it was supposed to be like a Dark Souls-esque mechanic. It felt like it was supposed to be incredibly hard, and we were supposed to be in danger of getting beaten down at all times. So I don't know. Chat, how do you differentiate between a Dark Souls boss and a unbeatable environmental effect?
Lars did something really interesting with that fight. The whole thing is like you're supposed to hit the buttons, right? I don't want to spoil it too much, but you're supposed to basically turn off the pools, which you've been doing the entire time.
Yeah.
And so you do that.
And we did get to that, but not everybody had the ability to do so.
Yeah, and that was the big thing with like one of the reasons that I got really frustrated was because the team wasn't talking to themselves, and so Kevin was just like I have to burn a spell slot to do that. I don't want to do that. It's just like, okay, so like do something else on your turn, I guess. And then everyone else is like, oh, Kevin's the only one that can do this, so we'll just ignore it. I'm like, when did I tell you that? When did I say Kevin was the only one that can do this? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And he said, well, you said we could do it, but it takes 10 minutes. I'm like, that was one way to do it. Like, no one else has looked at this, or you guys talked about it. And then Jump Rope did it. She's just like, I'm going to try something, and it worked. It's like, great. And then everyone else is just like, oh, okay, we'll have Jump Rope do it then. I'm like, oh my god, just like, guys, try things, explore. Like, I think part of it is playing an hour at a time just kind of fragments you regardless. But then because of that, everyone's trying to like get their turns in instead of talking as a group. So something I did think that I think helped towards the end of that, which this was after the conversation I had with Jump Rope, was like me sitting down and being like, okay, out of game talking is free, and I want you guys at the top of every round to recoup. Like, we're gonna do one round, and then everyone's gonna stop and like say what they're gonna do on their turn before it actually gets to your turn. And that helped. Because I think Jump Rope, like me and her fighting with the kid, and then Kevin's kind of doing the same thing at his house, and it's just like so there's chaos within us doing that at such a short time, and it made the encounter take 4 weeks because we only did it in 1 hour chunks. But I think it went better once we started doing that. So I think that kind of communication can be helpful, and maybe it was something we'll try tomorrow too. Of just like, okay, top of the round, here's what happens. Like, environmental things go off, whatever else is hearing. Here's what everybody hears. Discuss. Like, what should we try to accomplish in this round? Okay, go. And here we go. These people are up. Because I feel like kind of the team cohesiveness is kind of what's falling apart and making it frustrating for me.
Yeah. But making it frustrating for me as well.
Okay, I think that's done. It is 2:00.
I
don't know if I have another one in me.
I don't, for sure.
And I need to work on the other thing. So maybe I will... I think we're going to call it here today. Thanks for hanging out today, everybody. Thanks for letting me complain a little bit. One of the biggest faults as a DM is I overlook enough teas. I overcook enough teas. I don't... What?
I'm going to assume that was not what you wanted to actually say.
What happens when your marshal is dying? You spend a spell slot to keep him up. I like that. I think that's a good turn.
Yeah, so, I agree.
What was that sound? Oh, that's a fine sound. Okay. 3 goblins in order. I play a character that would beat the head against an unbeatable fight and reroll that their ends happen when their ends happen. Yeah, I'm okay with that too. I think that's totally legitimate. It's just like, I think the thing that discouraged me, because what happened is like that fight started, and then we played for like another 20 minutes and just kind of did the first round or two. And it felt so disjointed, and everyone just had like their own plans. Lars is just like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, but the team decided to do this. But okay, Lars can just do what his character's gonna do. That's fine. And then Kevin did the like, it's gonna take 10 minutes. I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, that's not the only way to do this. Like we've talked about this. In game we've talked about it. So I wanted to make sure it's like, I make sure you're actually. He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, okay. And then Jump Rope charged in, and I'm just like, okay, everyone is doing crazy random stuff. When did I lose control of this situation? So
yeah.
And then it ended, right? It's like, this is a good place to stop. We need to stop. So it's interesting. It's interesting when that kind of stuff happens. And like with our game tomorrow, the party is kind of split up, like because it's a big mansion, right? Like the people. And so I want to make sure that everyone is still like on pace from where they want to go before we take the next step, because there's so many different things that could happen. Have you ever considered Zipper Initiative? I have, and I like Zipper Initiative, and if that's what I think it is, there's 2 things I think that could be. So maybe explain what you mean. Zipper Initiative is where you trade off enemies' turns versus players' turns. And the way I do it is I clump them. So if 2 players are together, they get to go, and then all of the monster will clump and go as one turn. And so I don't care which order those things go in. And then so it just alternates back and forth between players, monsters, players, monsters. And very rarely is it one player by themselves. They're usually pretty clumped up. So, because you have, 15 goblins with the same initiative order, and it makes sense. So,
Yeah.
DM goes, then players go, but order is not set. Oh, interesting. Like you just let the players decide who gets to go? That could be a fun encounter. I kind of like that idea. I've done that in the past for, wagons, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, we're not really an initiative, but here's what's going to happen. Something's going to happen, and then the players get to decide how they react to it, and then something's going to happen, and then you guys get to decide how you react to it. So,
yeah.
I've done something like
It
that.
does make a lot of sense to do vehicles that way.
That's how Daggerheart works, right?
Not quite. Daggerheart works specifically. They call it a spotlight system,
Hey,
and basically, I think the players always start in an encounter. They get to go first, no matter what, and then they between themselves decide who wants to go. And there's never actually any turns. It's just like if somebody has something they want to do, then they step up and then they get the spotlight. And then if at the end of their spotlight, if they have rolled fear, then the GM gets to go, or the GM can spend a fear in order to take the spotlight.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And then at the end of the GM's spotlight, then it goes back to the players, and again they decide whoever wants to do something, they get to go.
That feels great if you're all awesome, and I feel like that's very predatory for groups that aren't friendly to each other.
Agreed. There was in Critical Role's Daggerheart short campaign that they did. There was, for the most part, they were really good at it, but there was one point where I think it was Liam. It might have been Taliesin. I can't remember. But one of the characters had something that they really wanted to do, and they tried and failed, and they failed with fear, so it immediately went back to the GM. And basically it went back and forth between that player and the GM 3 times before they finally managed to get their thing done. I think it was Liam. Which basically meant that only one player was playing with the GM for about 15 minutes. And I was worried about that.
Yeah, that's about right. Okay, I gotta call it. The kid is now upset because he's taking my
Okay.
chair, and I will not let him have the computer. So we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I'll be back in the Discord after I get the boy settled, because he needs some food, I think. But I'm gonna work on a map. So yeah, Drew, if you'll be around for a little bit, I have some questions for you.
Sure.
But otherwise, people can just hang out, and we'll do that. So thanks again, everyone, for hanging out today. I'll have another thing posted on Monday for more suggestions next week. We'll do Wednesday and Friday again. I don't see any things on that. I've been streaming on Tuesday, Thursdays on Twitch. So come check those out if you want. Otherwise, check out the Patreon because we have some fun stuff coming out here soon with the game, and should be a new video out hopefully soon. Sorry, it's been so long. But yeah, other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice at the table. We'll catch everybody next week, and we'll see you later. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, thanks for hanging out today, Druid. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Corvus too, but Corvus
My-
isn't here, so thanks, Corvus.